Hi, this is Mark coming to you from Baker's Green Acres, and I'm out on the field again, and I'm moving chickens today. I had to skip a day. We had really bad rain yesterday. I want to talk a little bit about predation. Predation, of course, is when you have animals that come in, like carnivores that will come in and they will kill your chickens just for food. And the answer, we've tried everything. We've tried guns, traps, making these chicken tractors so they're impervious to everything. But, you just can't, it didn't work. I'll just put it that way. Here's what worked. This is a Great Pyrenees dog. And this guy is our male. His name is Obi. And I have two females. And we just thought that we wanted to try one last thing before we gave up on the business. We almost did. Because predation was so bad. You come out in the morning and there's 10 dead chickens and it just wears on you. And so we just thought, well, we'll do something else. It works for the Salatin family down there in Virginia, but it didn't work for us. And then I ran into Daniel Salatin at a small farms conference, and this was quite a while ago. And I asked him, what do you do about predation? I told him what was happening with us, and he says, you got to have a dog. And they have a dog. I don't remember what kind theirs is, but he looks sort of like ours, but he's taller and leaner. And they have one dog for all the tractors that they run. They run quite a few too. I think I counted 30 or 40 when I was down there. And so I went and found our first Great Pyrenees, Lily. She's the mother here. And we've had her 5 years now. And from the day that we got her, well, that first season, we had diminished predation by 90%. So I can't tell you of a better way to deal with predation, because you're going to go through a lot of bullets and a lot of sleepless nights. I'd stay out some nights figuring I'm going to kill off everything, go to bed at 5, come back out, and there would be dead birds. So shooting them doesn't work. It just doesn't. You're not that good. And then you got owls to deal with, great horned owls that we have here. We've actually caught them in the tractors, and they're pretty hard to discourage, very hard. The only thing I'm dealing with right now is during the day. You will notice behind me, I've got a chicken out right there, and that's actually my fault. They want to be fed and watered in the morning, and I had some other things to do this morning, and it's kind of late. It's like 8 or so. So they get up early and they want their food. And you can see these chicken tractors, we don't even have covers on the front of them. That's how good the dogs are at predation control. But the birds will jump out. If they don't have food and water, they're going to go look for it. So when I came out this morning, there was 15 of them out running around, and that just indicates to me that I didn't get out on time. But when they're out like this during the day, what that does is attracts raptors, which would be like your red-tailed hawks, and actually bald eagles. Now we have quite a few of them here in northern Michigan. So much so that when you see them, you don't even say, hey, look, an eagle anymore, because you just see them so often. And it'd be pretty tough to shoot at one of those during the day. So I guess we just got to take our lumps with that one, because I can't really figure out a way other than shooting them to prevent that, and then we're not going to do that. Yeah, they do more good than harm, I think, and I'm just not going to be in the eagle shooting business anytime soon. Maybe if they're not protected or something like that, but I still have a hard time shooting that bird, and I don't recommend anybody else does either. Same with red-tailed hawks. They do a lot more good than they do bad. They really control our vole and mice and things like that. Same thing with our coyotes and foxes. Now, they won't come across an open field like this in the daytime, and certainly at night they won't if our dogs are out. And our dogs sleep outside. We don't bring them in the house at all. Except if there's a thunderstorm, then one of them is afraid of thunder, so she'll come in. But no, they'll never. But if we see one far off in the field, I think some people would think, well, you're a chicken farmer, you probably should shoot that. But that's the wrong answer, really. Those guys are around for a reason. We leave a lot of places for habitat for, say, mice and voles and things like that, so that the foxes and coyotes will go there instead. You can't see this right now, I don't think too easy, but it's that time of year when the swallows are coming in. And so we put up houses all over the place for them, and we like to have them here because they take care of a lot of mosquitoes and things like that, flying insects. And that's good because these animals will actually draw, their manure behind them will draw flies and mosquitoes. So at the height of the season, there will be just a swirl of swallows around these chicken tractors because the chickens draw flies and insects, and then the flies and insects draw the birds. So it's really something cool to see. The birds will never roost on these. They'll always want to roost someplace away from the chickens. I think they're afraid of them, or they don't want to be associated with the likes of these chickens. But I'm working on my water system today, and hope to get that in. But I wanted to talk a little bit about predation and what a pain that can be. And your answer probably is Great Pyrenees dogs, of which I have 2 females and a male. And we're going to be selling these as soon as they have pups. And that should be midsummer. We should have some puppies. All right, so keep me in mind if you want to get a Great Pyrenees pup. Best dog that I ever had. All right, this is Mark from Baker's Green Acres. Remember, anyone can farm.